remember like it was yesterday going in the courtroom, bro, hearing my charges and looking over at my uncle like, what did I do, bro? I'm a kid from the 50s, the area of the 50s of Kansas City, 5117.
Rough place.
Yes, Woodland. And it was what you made it, to be honest. I tell people I had one of the most amazing, roughest childhoods you could imagine. Number one, I'm on the front page of the Kansas City Star.
Okay.
I'm a crack baby. I'm also a foster kid. So a lot of me, I wore on my sleeve. Like a lot of the things I went through, because I felt like, for me, I never felt like, oh, life isn't fair. This is going to kind of ruffle some feathers. I always wondered why I had the family that I had. And that's tough, but because I had this conversation with my uncle that raised me, and I'm a foster kid.
Okay.
So I used to ask myself sometimes, like, well, I'm this stature of person. My siblings, not to down them, we're just not alike. You know what I mean? I used to be in some situations like, why are they laughing at my brother? Or my younger brother might have peed in the bed. Now we got to fight over that. Or the guys might have wanted a piece of my sister. She didn't want to give it up. So now we got to fight over that. I came up in the projects. But we also was one of those families that knew the good side of things while being in the midst of poverty. For example, we stayed in Hilltop Apartments, right? And in the midst of, we were on Section 8, like every other family was in the apartments. We got awards for how beautifully put together our house was. So like, we didn't ever have to, with us, it was never like, oh, we got an inspection. With us, it was like, let's make sure we get that award. So our households were different. And I understood, like, as I got older, this is why my Uncle Larry raised us to be like this. Don't ever have to get ready. Always stay ready. Mm-hmm. And that's my motto with food. So when we get into that later on, you'll be able to dissect, like, okay, this is why he has this energy when it comes to food. Because I've been through so much, and I've always had that image of you're good, but you're not good enough to make it. Everything in life, no matter what it was. So that, carrying that till now, you know what I'm saying, it's evolved me a lot. But in the midst of that, back then it was tough. Having 4 brothers, one being in prison for murder, one was he was the class clown. So he joked around with everybody. They didn't take him serious. Love my brother to death. Tough. We all thorough. But this is just how they viewed us, right? And then you got the sister, like I said. They wanted a piece of my sister. She didn't want it. So, because we knew, not just she, but we knew, Larry not having that. It was certain rules that Larry wasn't going for. That was one. Not bringing no kids back home. And we ain't doing nothing. We ain't got no business. So my younger brother under, like right up under me, it was me and then my younger brother. And he was like the problem child, so to speak. Like the one that got kicked out of school, the one that was doing all the fighting. I had to sit in the middle and like manage all my siblings' emotions. And because when we went out, everybody loved me. And it was like, now you got to make sure that your brothers, or my sister was not around me. She lived with us, but she's a girl, so she was with girls. My brothers, yeah. So we had my life consisted of me having the respect that my brother that went to prison, he left for us. He left a good bit of respect. And that brother over me, which I had somewhat of a protector. If it was going down, he was going to help us fight.
Yeah. But
he's not looking for no drama at all. To this day, respect and love him to death for it. Because he was his own person. We call ourselves Tina's kids. Even though my mom didn't raise me, we love our mama to death. You know what I'm saying? She did everything she could. If I'm being optimistic about it. Okay. You know what I mean? But me growing up and understanding now, like, hey, Mama just wanted to have fun. You know what I mean? And it's not fair, but I'm one of those people who I look back on time, and you can't turn back the hands of time, right? So you just I try to make the best out of whatever I went through.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'll go back in my mind. Like, for example, my mom and dad are deceased. So I can't go back and say, why did this happen? I just think about that time, for example. I asked my dad could I go with him that weekend? And he said, yeah, I'm coming back to get you because he was over there picking me up or whatever. I'm going to come back and get you. And when he didn't come back, even now, I probably know it. Ain't no telling what happened. But in my mind, my daddy just got busy. That's how I keep my thoughts and stuff clear.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, but other than that, it's like everything that I'm saying right now evolved me to that this aggressive, passionate person that y'all see today, a lot of the stuff that I went through. I never had an enemy in my life.
You give a lot of grace too. What exactly? Because so your brothers and sisters are your actual brothers and sisters. They're not like false. Y'all not.
So let me back up a little bit because that's the thing with me. I will get lost, but it's so much. So the Larry guy, they came in when I was 9 months, and we were in the house for a week. No food, no water, didn't get changed. My mom ran out she was getting high. You know what I mean? So I only know this because as a 13-year-old boy, I was looking for my glasses. I'll never forget. One morning going to school, boom, I went to the china cabinet. If y'all old enough to know, I'm 33. Mm-hmm. You know back then we call them china cabinets.
Yeah.
Boom. I'm in the kitchen. I'm looking for my glasses, and I see this newspaper with a picture of me, my uncle, and my siblings. We on the front of the page of the Kansas City Star. Front page of the Kansas City Star. So I open it up, and I always seen it. It was framed in our house, but this morning I just so happened to open it up and look at it. And for the next 45 minutes, I was in tears because I was able to dissect the story as a young boy that understands now. You know what I mean? Like, oh, that's why we here. I thought it was just like my uncle was a better parent, and nah, they about to take y'all. You know what I'm saying? So he stepped in and got me and all my siblings. Everybody wanted me, and I'm not saying that because I'm on camera. Everybody wanted me. They didn't want my younger brother. And they were going to separate us. So it was like, okay, my uncle like, never. We're not doing that. Bring them all with me. So what I feel like is the most courageous thing that I've ever seen a man do, and I see a lot of stuff, for a 33, 34-year-old man, because I'm 33 now, and God forbid, if I went through that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So for somebody to drop volumes, drop marijuana, drop alcohol, drop cigarettes, you know the deal that me and my uncle made with each other?
Talk to me.
He would stop smoking cigarettes if I stopped sucking my thumb. And would you believe that he really stopped? And I couldn't. And that's what let me know that my uncle was a very, very powerful person. Because I knew as a kid, I understood how important it was and how detrimental it was to be able to stop a habit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
what was that attachment to your thumb?
My thumb? I don't know, man. It's hereditary too, because a lot of my kids, they suck their fingers. But for me, it was soothing.
Yeah.
I could suck my thumb after anything, and I would be cool. And that's why I have like a light lisp. Yes. So I wasn't the one that was like, oh, I'm gonna smoke weed or I'm gonna drink alcohol. That's not real. That's not real. I don't know who made that up. Like, I smoke marijuana now. It don't make me relieve no stress. I don't know where that came from. If anything, it intensifies it. It just, a lot of people probably like intoxicate themselves and go into a I don't care attitude, but it soothes nothing. Like, for you to suck on your finger, that's real deal soothing. Because it's like a mom's titty. No offense. But that's exactly what it is. And it's like, that's one of the most soothing things that you could possibly do. So imagine you got a kid, right? He suck his thumb. And have his mama there, but she's in and out enough for you to be sad when she's not there, which is more painful. So you get this, and then you're like, okay, this is the only thing that'll make me feel better. So I could sit to myself and suck my thumb for hours, bro. Like hours. And the reason why a lot of people that you might have talked to that talk to you about me, I do have a crazy story. I went up for armed degree robbery when I was 16 years old, 15 years old. And while I was in juvenile, I sucked my thumb.
Why? What got you to the place where you had to commit armed robbery, or you felt that you had to do that?
Just being a good friend, being a loyal friend. I felt like being down. You know what I'm saying? Like we came up in gangs,
Yeah.
so for us it was like, yo, your gang member is your brother. You know what I mean? And this is just what it is. So if something happened and he make a move, if you there, you better catch your brother before he fall. And that was just what that was.
But what got you? Because you had your brothers and your uncle.
I distanced myself from, not distance myself. I just remember I was a likable one.
Yeah.
So I had no problem attracting friends. It was a matter of me keeping my sibling away from my friends.
Mm-hmm.
Because as a kid, I was told my brother was going to get me killed. You know what I mean? So, and it's just something that I realized growing older, like, okay, you find your crowd and make sure y'all not sharing the same crowd. Because you know how they say like-minded individuals usually hang together. Don't be around somebody that don't have the same tendencies as you. Don't be around them if they robbing motherfuckers or if they shooting at people. I ain't never had an enemy in my life. So even to be in a gang was crazy to me.
Yes.
You feel me? It's like, how do you make that make sense? It was just like, this is, man, I grew up on the east side, Hilltop Projects. I also grew up in the 50s.
Yeah.
And we also had a point in time down there on 12th Street. So for us, it was 5/8 deuce.
Yeah.
And it was like, a lot of us didn't even know why we was in it. We was just like, shit, this shit cool. You know what I mean? Like any other kid. We just like, this is cool, but we see our brother was one of the people who originated the 50s. Like, he's the second generation of the people who originated.
Yeah.
So for us, it was like, this shit is hereditary. You know what I'm saying? Like, we taking it because my brother done already put in his years. You feel me? Like a solid brother, like one that did the time, kept his mouth closed, had rank, all that. And we felt like, oh, okay, we got to do this. Well, in hindsight, Larry, like, when you leave the house, don't let nobody know Rabbit your brother. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? To us, that was like, oh, shit, that's fuel to the fire. Like, we can't tell them that rap. Oh, the one that Fat Tone was rapping about. So you imagine, as a 13, 14-year-old boy, you hearing Fat Tone, who's like the #1 rapper in Kansas City at the time, and he's like Rabbit the Runner and Young Munster. So to us, it was like, oh, that was our superpower, because Rabbit is in prison. So we get to live in that shadow, not even knowing that Rabbit and Fat Tone, they had bad blood before he went to prison. And yes, they had shit out and they made amends, but it was never the same. But one thing I will give Fat Tone, when I was a kid going down to 50th and Willing going to the corner stop, anytime Fat Tone pulled up in that blue North Star with gold Dayton's on it, he would always give me a few dollars. Regardless of what him and my brother had going on. We called him Ant. We didn't call him Fat Tone because we really from the 50s. So we knew if you over there, you from over there, you know people's names. You mess around, somebody got a nickname, you don't even call them by it. You know what I'm saying? Or you got to call them by their nickname only when you're around their friends. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's what I remember growing up. And we felt like with those being like some of the incidents that happened while we were kids, because we watched a lot of this stuff too. A lot of the drugs, like, bro, I'm gonna keep it real. I was on the porch with my partners, like, when I was like 15. All of it, like, my life from 13 to, or like 17 was hell. But it was like, what I made it, you know what I'm saying? Because I forced myself into the gang world. I didn't have to do nothing gang affiliated at all. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had a beautiful family. Like, I just felt like, this is cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, Rabbit is my big brother, so I gotta be tough. I gotta be a gangster. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I'm going to school, it is so easy to become a product of your environment, um, growing up in poverty, because you find yourself in situations that you like, if I don't do this, I'm not cool. You know what I mean? So it's like you kind of like, for me it was, oh God, fighting. Fighting. I never had an enemy. Like, mind you, somebody never had an enemy. I'd have had about 35 fights, bro. I was known for beating people up. Never had an enemy. So just like kind of, I forced myself into a lot of stuff I had going on. You know what I'm saying? I was even sitting in the cell, to fast forward, and I'm gonna come back, but even the fast forwarding, when I was in the cell, I knew then, like, I did not have to be here. Like, I could have just went home. Like, I didn't, but I was, in hindsight, I was looking like, I know my partner know I'm down. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing that I really be wanting to go to these, like, juvenile detention centers, and I know it sounds cliche to them, but I feel like I got another message for them. I got another angle for a message. Like, look, I know they say they did all that, but I did all that and I didn't do no prison time. I'm telling you from a person that, coming from juvenile, you can skip all that and don't have to make it to prison, bro. Because if you keep playing, you going there.
Yeah.
I had, they reached out to me, the juvenile detention center. So they reached out to me. That's just something that I want to do. But back to me, I ain't gonna lie, I actually feel like a lot of stuff are forced upon. You know what I mean? Like, you find yourself in situations where you can easily turn and walk away, but you don't want to look like a pussy. So you like, man, I'm going with the big dogs. You feel me? Because we gonna talk about this in school.
Well, what I don't understand with you though is you was the one everybody liked. So you were the cool.
Yeah.
So you could have directed in a different way, but you decided you didn't think you was as cool as what they may have thought you were or something.
It wasn't even that. It's I'm gonna tell you, this the big part. This is one of the biggest things that actually helped me when I went to juvenile.
Okay.
Like, some people don't learn stuff. I did. It didn't change who I was, but I learned a lot. One thing I learned was I was easily misled.
Okay.
Easily misled. Very gullible, very naive. You know what I'm saying? Because mind you, you out here because what your brother did. So that's gullible and naive off the flip. Like, so you doing what you doing because of what he doing? What he did? He's in prison. It didn't work. So we was running behind that. You know what I mean? So for me, it was like, if this looked cool and you said it was cool, I was one of the ones that was going for it. Like, all right, bet. I just knew I could only take it to so high of a level. So I wasn't breaking in no houses. I did not play that game. I wasn't stealing cars and I wasn't shooting at people. But when I was younger, I was gonna sell some weed. I was gonna hustle some weed for sure. Like, I was on the football team selling weed. Like, that's just what I did. I'm a hustler. You feel me? Like, I don't want to be broke, but I'm not okay with doing everything that it takes to do to get money, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not running in nobody's house. I'm not. So when I got older, you like that, but you went up for a robbery. That wasn't me. It wasn't me. I was just like, man, look, I just wanted to show my partner, like, I'm as thorough, if not more thorough than them. Because when we went up there, it was a lot of, oh man, it was the reason why we couldn't do it. One of them. And the whole night was crazy because it was like, my grandma ain't never let me go over and spend the night over nobody's house, bro. My grandma's Miss Williams from Woodland. You from the 50s, you got grandmas down there.
Mm-hmm.
You know people by their grandma. You know what I'm saying? Like, Miss Williams wasn't letting you go out past 10, 11. Not out of the 50s, bro. We was on Brookside. So imagine you 13 years old on Brookside trying to commit a robbery. 14, I mean. So we already wilding, and it just didn't make sense. Like, my partner, he had a baby on the way. We 16 years old, 15 years old, I mean. He got a baby on the way. His mama told him it was okay for him to stay outside. We all sitting in the cell like, damn, don't y'all feel like that was kind of crazy? Like, then none of our parents, it was almost our fate. It was time for us to go to jail. We had did a few, and it was like, all right, it's y'all time to go in and sit down. You know what I mean? So I took mine on the chin, like, well, it is what it is. We got caught up. It could have been way worse, you know what I'm saying? So.
You able to walk us through that though? Like the first, like even the approach of it, like somebody approaching you about doing this, knowing you in your head, you really don't want to do it, but you doing it trying to be loyal?
Shit, my partner just hit me up. This ain't my partner's my brother. My street brother though. You feel me? Like, so okay, so I'm gonna run it to y'all like this. So 2 days before this, we gambled. That's what we did. We gambled. Right? So we gambling and my grandma catches. Slide back a lot of years. My grandma didn't play about gambling because my grandpa went to prison for murder because the dude, he beat him for his money. And the dude didn't pay him, so my grandpa got up and shot him and killed him dead. Boom. Did 5 years in prison for it. So my grandma is like terrified of gambling. Any gambling, she don't want to see it because it tore my family down. My grandpa was like the heart of the family. Yeah. So when he went to prison, it tore everything down. She looked out the backyard. We out here gambling. Me and a couple of friends, boy, she shut it down in the worst way. She just like, get out, get y'all stuff, get out. My grandma was like, grandma ain't kicking us out. Nigga, get out. She kicking everybody. That it hit a nerve for her. You know what I mean? And I never forget, we as in me and my brother, we didn't have nowhere to go. We like, damn, we over here because we got into a shootout. So we got kicked out of the crib, and at this time we on 82nd. We got kicked out of there. We over here at grandma's crib because now it's open. We in gangs and shit. So he hear about us getting shot at. Grandma not letting us back in the crib. Boom, we start really moving out of my partner's crib on 51st and Euclid. And one thing I remember that stuck with me, and I'm getting somewhere. One thing that stuck with me was when my grandma put me out and I didn't have nowhere else to go. Reese was like, I ain't going to sleep till my brother got somewhere to go. And that just was like, everybody's different, you know what I'm saying? But you can have me once and I got you forever. So that's what that was. So when I say we kind of joined forces and it was like, we started tearing shit up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Not in a bad way, but like when it came to like trapping, like any gang, anything, you getting beat up. Like I didn't lose no fights. Like, and that's what Reese admired, and I admired the fact he was a hustler. So when Winston came along, that's who I'm on arm. When Winston came along, it was like, oh, we thought we was the Fab Five. You know what I mean? Like, you couldn't do nothing with us because we just like, the girls loved us. You know what I'm saying? We was like young gangsters. So at the time, gangster was in. A lot of people don't understand that. Like, gangster not really in right now. Killers is in right now. Remember the D-Boys was in before the Killers came in? A lot of people don't pay enough attention to the motions of life. In the 80s and the 90s, it was about D-Boys. In the 2000s, they start bringing the killing in. And then by the 2010, everybody got a brick now. They went back to bricks. Now they killing. You just got to pay attention to the motions of life. But at this generation, or when I was coming up, it was, if you a gangster, you cool. So for us, it was like, shit was, think about it, Fat Tone, this is Rich the Factor era, a lot of them, you know what I'm saying? So what we felt like was cool was the most dangerous shit in the world. You know what I'm saying? Like man, look, I think about my kids now, and my kids ain't seen no hood other than what I brought them to, like when they were younger and I might have been trapping or whatever, on the block or whatever, but now my kids, they couldn't tell you nothing about a hood because we not living like that at all. But I think about my kids now, and it's like my daughter 13, my son 11. I'm like, bro, I had my first gun at like 14. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's right there, like, really have you like, damn, like, I couldn't imagine my son having a gun, like 14? You feel me? So now I'm looking at life like, bro, that was some of the most dangerous shit we could have ever did, bro. Like, oh, we got shotguns. 380s. Like, we ain't playing with no 25. Nah. And I'm telling you, I'm not a killer. I've never shot at nobody a day in my life. Like, and that anybody know me know, like, oh yeah. This what made me the cool kid. Because in the midst of all this, what people thought was cool, I was still gonna be me, bro. I'm gonna tell you, like, oh, y'all gonna slide. I'm not sliding. I'm gonna get my ass kicked. I get caught for a body.
So when you say we was getting into shootouts, you just talking about the crew, period.
Yeah, just like when they went and did they stuff, they'd tell you, I was never on any skits, no, none of it. Cause I was telling them, like, look, man, look, I'm getting my ass kicked. I go home. I'm talking about skit. I'm being raised by a man. It's not like I'm going home, my mama about to put this belt in my, nah, you getting punched out. Yeah. What? Like, oh, nah, he not having that. So the time he did, when I thought it was gonna be that, he did something worse. He kicked me out on the streets. Fuck an ass whooping. You ever been on the streets? That's the worst ass whooping life can get you. So my uncle was strategic. You know what I'm saying? He's like, I got something for him. Oh, you want a gangbang? I got something for you. Go ahead and chill out there. That's where they all chilling at. You ain't gonna gangbang and bring that shit back up in here.
Once you was out on the streets, what did that look like?
Shit, not bad. I always had a safety net. Always. I had to give the gab since I was like in middle school, bro. So I was one of the people. That's why they kept me around. I was smart enough to know, like, keep your wordplay good enough to keep y'all some shelter. It was me and my little brother. Because mind you, I'm running behind Rabbit. Nico running behind me. So what Rabbit evolved me to without knowing was like, okay, he's a little wild animal, but he got a little sense about himself. What I was creating, I ain't gonna lie, my little brother was a demon for real, bro. Like when we grew up, it was like, he gonna be dead or in jail. He's still living today, little bro. Love you, whatever. But this is these are factuals, bro. Like, this is what we was told. Like, your little brother gonna get you killed. Or he's gonna be killed or in jail. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So imagine riding next to or running next to somebody daily that's like this, you feel me? Like, but I'm not even knowing, like, I'm just like, man, we tough. You feel me? Not even knowing, like, he wanna be as tough, if not tougher than me. I don't care about this position in the streets. For me, it's a game. I'm in and out, I'm gone. I wanted to play in the league. I thought I was gonna play football. I thought I was gonna be an actor. I could act my ass off. I used to know how to sing. All of these things had me like, I know if whatever I'm doing, it's not gonna be this. I didn't like seeing the hood, bro. Like, I was like, I like butterflies and rainbows and pretty skies and nice water and shit. The hood, I knew it wasn't me. I said, nah, that ain't me, bro. Like, so when I couldn't afford it, I was living in condos. And my motto has always been, not that you don't make enough money, is that you not like applying yourself so you can do whatever you want in life. And I think in school they train you to understand the systematic approach. Like, hey, you're gonna go to school here, you're gonna graduate. When you get out of here, you're gonna give us a little more money by going to college. When you get done doing that, you're gonna enter this group or whatever it is. But like a lot of attorneys and stuff, I mean, you think they don't pay for the stuff they got going on? They in organizations, they probably paying a membership for it. Golf, what's the name? Golf clubs. So you gonna always pay. So my thing is, this is what I'm getting at. If I look at something and I can't afford it at that time, I'm gonna tell myself, all right, I need to find a way to be able to afford this. There's nothing in life I can't afford. And I know you're like, yeah, but you would have like a Bentley or like, no. Because anybody in life, if you put your mind to anything, you can go do it.
Yeah.
It's just, what are you willing to take the journey that it's going to take in order to obtain what you want? You know what I mean? And that's something that I had to learn the hard way. But
we're going to come back to the growth part of it. But I do want to get your psyche on, because you said your brother went down for murder, right, Rabbit? Knowing that that's not your lifestyle at that time, that's not something you like really cared for. How did you feel hearing your brother going down for murder, though? As far as him, how you felt about your brother and what he actually did. This is your connection you got.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And this is crazy. That's a crazy question, right? Because I'm going to give you the honest to God truth. We thought that shit was the coolest shit ever, bro. Mm-hmm. We like shit. Because we knew we wasn't to be fucked with. So we like shit. My brother in for him. Like, you know it ain't no playing around going around here. So what a lot of kids probably feared, we walked around with that shit on our shoulders. Like, not the murder he did, but just the fact that, that was just what he got caught for. Man, what? Man, I'm talking, my brothers is animals, bro. Like, so we carried that with us. Like, I could tell you a situation where somebody really was trying to bully me. Mm-hmm. Way older than me. And he said something to me. I think he tried to take the basketball. It was in my partner Racy crib on 51st and Euclid. And two people walked out like, boy, you know who brother that is? I'm like, boy, that's Little Rabbit brother. That's Rabbit little brother. So Even though he was like, I don't give a fuck. It was so much respect. He act like he didn't give a fuck, but he knew like,
he changed it up.
yeah, let me give you this. He's like, man, here, take this ball. Cause you know, like, bro, listen, it could be calls made. Like when you really up there in the rank, like it's calls that could be made. Like, don't ever, you know what I'm saying? So we embraced it. You know what I'm saying? I don't think we should have. I think we were told what we were supposed to have been told as kids, though. Like, so the way Larry raised us was that shit was foul. Your brother shouldn't be around here murdering nobody. You know what I'm saying? But we knew what he was into. I told you he was going to prison, didn't I? That's what we used to hear. So he was not glorifying the shit at all. Like, my uncle was like, let me catch you. You know what I'm saying? I remember like it was yesterday going in the courtroom, bro, hearing my charges and looking over at my uncle like, what did I do, bro? Like, because my only mission was to, like, succeed for him. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, you can't repay him. What, you gonna give him some money for raising you? What does it cost to raise a kid? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, a kid that's not yours. So my only goal and mission has always, and it still is, has been to succeed for him. Because your success is the best gift you can give him. That's what he get to live with. You know what I'm saying? So now for me, it's like, no street, nothing. It's strictly by the book. Let me create as many new contacts and resources as I can. Let me figure out what it's like to be optimistic. I want to be very high on generosity. Let me teach my kids about cleanliness, sanitation. I'm big on that now, health, stuff like that. Like, and it's only been like, what, 3 years since I really caught on, you know what I mean, to understand, like, everybody not your friend. You know what I'm saying? You can't tell everybody the story. You feel me? So, not even the story. I have big contacts that I deal with, right? So, for the longest, I thought it was cool to be like, oh man, I'm about to go, I locked in a deal or a contract with such and such, and I'm finna go. And then my baby brother had to tell me one time, like, now granted, you really finna go do that. But what does you telling him do for you or him? Because he can't do nothing with that information.
Mm-hmm.
And lo and behold, I didn't even get the client. And that's what told me right there, can't know nothing about my business no more. And it's a lot of different times that I'll jinx myself just off of being overly excited. And that comes from, I didn't go to school, y'all. Nobody trained me on being a good chef, bro. This was just like,
Yeah.
I gotta succeed because I told my uncle that I was gonna succeed. I remember telling my uncle when I got my papers that I was graduating high school. And I called him. I'm like, look, Larry, I told you I was gonna do it. I graduated high school. I'm about to graduate high school May 9th. You gotta come to this place right here. Yeah. Get the fuck off my phone line. Why would you call me lying like that? Heart dropped in my ass, bro. Like, what? Like, it didn't make sense.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right. And it hurt so bad, bro. Like, but one thing I will say about that time is my mama was there. And my auntie. I don't have a big family. You feel me? My mom and my auntie was there, though. And I'm big on that type of stuff. Like, because I don't have a big family, it's like, look, if you here, support. You feel me? Like, it's not a lot of us here. So imagine, this is in 2009. My mom passed in 2012. My daddy passed in 2018. Imagine what life is like now. You know what I'm saying? So it's tough when a lot of people feel like, oh, nah, you got a nice crib or you run this celebrity. And man, you can't take that shit to the bank. You know what I'm saying? Like, that don't replenish my heart. Like, my soul bleeding, you feel me? So all the stuff that I done been through. So I just learned now, like, hey, stay to yourself with a therapist. You know what I'm saying? A counselor or something. Pour your heart out, but don't tell people no more because they can't do nothing for you. They not counselors. You know what I'm saying? So this is like I hit you up and was like, yo, let me pull up. I got something I want to say.
Yeah.
Just because I felt like, look, you can't keep giving this story to everybody individually because by the time it's time for the world to hear it, they're going to be burnt out because they done heard it 1 trillion times. That's my logic now. So it's like, don't talk about your life no more. Keep that shit a secret until this. And now it's crazy. When I said it, I got 5 interviews now. Crazy. I don't know where it came from. I just start getting DMs on interviews. Like, so, and I'm going to learn over time, like, how to, because this is like one of my first, maybe third interviews. And I be having so much to say. Like, I'll be trying to figure out how to categorize because I get on a platform and I just go. And it's like, damn, follow me. Like, I'm going to come back and get you as I can. But it's like, my life is, what they tell is a movie, bro. Yeah. Like, from birth to 10 years ago to 20 years ago till now, back 15, my life is crazy, bro. Like, I done did some stuff. So I'm learning now, like, just hone what you got going on. You know what I mean? Just slow down. A friend of mine hit me up and was like, you are so amazing at what you do, bro, but you all over the place. He like, bro, they look up, they see you in Florida. They don't know if you live in Florida or Kansas City. They don't know if you selling plates or you doing private catering. They don't know if you doing, you cooking at this restaurant down here or you got a food trailer. I looked up and I was like, and this is the truth hurt. It stung like a bee sting. But it was like, damn, chill, slow down, Chef Roy. You are all over the place, bro. Like, I went to my profile and was like, oh my God, what is going on here? So this is a little reevaluation for myself, you know what I mean? But this is one of the biggest and best things that I could have happen is to be able to vent publicly instead of, because there's so many situations where it's like, man, look, I argue with the public back and forth. And me, like I said earlier in the interview, I done had 30, 40 fights, but I ain't lost none. So imagine somebody said something to you off the wall. Hey, you like, I know I'll tear you limb from limb. But it's like, you're a business owner now. That's all out the window. You gotta put all business in and take all emotion and sensitivities out. It has nothing to do with it. Like, loyalty don't even matter in like real business. Like, people, like, you see how they did Kanye? You think that was loyal? It's cutthroat. It's very cutthroat. It's strictly business. It's no emotions. No, you might feel like, man, because I'm gonna be loyal to this person, and I guarantee you in the next 10 years, but they gonna look out. What if they business perseveres to a place where you can't even reach them no more? Yeah. What does your loyalty matter then? You think they coming back to get you? Stop it. That's why I learned then. I'm like, ain't no loyalty, no nothing. It's just straight business. And we got business, and that's what it is. Contracts, if you got a dollar amount that you want, stand on that. For anybody moving forward, stand on that. Like, I had to learn the hard way. Ain't no bargaining. Go broke before you settle for less. It's going to make you look good in the long run. I had to. And I'm not nowhere close to where I want to be. I just know for a fact, like, if you don't stand for nothing, you'll fall for anything.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm just really big on that now, like, just really trying to be an advocate for success for, like, the up-and-coming, like, entrepreneurs. Like, I'm not nowhere near I want to be, but I do know for a fact, like, hey, I got a good start. And we don't have enough education on selling a product. Because if we did, like, Kansas City wouldn't. It's a lot of Kansas Cityans that despise me. You know what I mean? Like, and they don't understand, like, you can't. When someone says, this is what I want for my product, and you hear, oh, well, who does he think he is? He's out of his fucking mind. Nobody's about to pay him $35, $40 for chicken tenders, Well, this is the killer. Then nobody come to you personally and ask you if you wanted to do anything.
Talk.
Nobody did.
Talk.
So I had to understand, stand on your number.
Somebody gonna pay for it.
Somebody gonna pay. And the same person that didn't want to pay you $35 for this same plate, I had somebody pay me $850 for it.
The same thing Nipsey did for the
$100.
Yes. Same thing they did for that steak, that $100 cheese steak.
Exactly,
Somebody's
Dave. Yes,
pay for it.
And this is the thing that I had to realize. That's actually what gets you a lot more exposure than you having a product. Because this is where I weigh on the Libra scale. You can have a product and you can say, I'm gonna make this product affordable and I'm gonna make it for everybody. And I'm gonna have it at this number where everybody gonna be able to purchase it. Versus this person is like, I want my money for my product because I went and got the best quality I could find. This is my life. Whoever is doing this, like I got to get some money, they're dealing with probably 50 to 60 people a day. If they got their clientele up. I'm only going to deal with like 20, 30 people a day, and I'm going to see more money than them still. Because my logic is, when you bring that number up, you bring down the riffraff. You know how many people you're going to have to satisfy? How many people that are not going to be satisfied within that 60? Because I'm going to satisfy this 20, 30 people every day, daily. Because I know, like, this is where I'm comfortable at. This is my profit cap, and I'm cool. I'm going to go get the best quality products I can find. So that's my goal. That's what I do around Kansas City. I go around to the best spots and say, okay, I want the best oxtails Kansas City has to offer. I want the best fresh lobster. Where is it imported from? I'm not going to go do that. And I tell people, I'm going to say it on this platform too, don't ever judge me or don't ever compare me to someone based off of what we can do visually. I always understand I'm more than just a chef. I'm more than a salesperson. I'm more than a marketing genius. I'm more than a CEO. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, in order for you to be great at something, you have to understand that you have to be good at more than one thing within yourself. Like me, for example, I can't just be a good cook with no personality, no drive, no ambition. You gotta have multiple good quality character traits in order for you to succeed where you're going. I don't know one person is good at one thing and that's all it is and they're successful at shit. I just don't. In order for you to be that, you gotta have you gotta own something and you have to have good leadership skills, because in order for you to own something, you have to have what? Employees. How are you gonna lead these employees? Oh, remember, you ain't got no leadership skills. You just know how to create computers. You know what I'm saying? So I had to learn that. Like, hey, what are your quality character traits? Let's focus on them. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you get to a customer sometimes, maybe they feel like you might talk too much. Okay, cool. Bring it in. Say your little piece. Give it about, cap yourself. Give yourself 7 to 8 minutes. Shut it off. Get to cooking. When they get their food, you're going to ooh and ah anyway. Put emphasis on that, or you piggyback off of that. Send them out the door. Mm-hmm. At first, it was like, man, I would have a customer come in, bro, be talking to them for like 40 minutes. They like, bro, I had to get back. Good ass conversation, but bro, I had to get back to work. They about to fire me, you feel me? So I understand how it works now. And I'm really big on like pacing myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's anything in life now, because back then, and even still now, I jumped the gun on a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm impulsive. A lot of things that I've done has cost me a lot more than it's supposed to, because I'm not really patient. You know what I'm saying? I'm always the type to get up and fire off. Oh, I got an idea. Let's do this right now. And then it might cost me X amount of dollars. Now, damn, I done turned the account upside down. You feel me? So now I just understand, like, just take your time, bro.
That's why you understand Kanye so much.
Huh?
I said that's why you understand Kanye so much.
I do, because I feel like and this is my biggest thing with even Kanye, bro. Like, when Kanye was going through his toughest time, for me, it was amazing, because it was like, I know them people told him, they're not going to believe you when you get out there popping that shit. They're not. They're not going to pay you no mind. They're not going to care. Because the entertainment world is so saturated and turned upside down, and the visual is so terrible that they like, we done already brainwashed them enough now. Mm-hmm. And you've been a part of that. So, yo bad. Now get out here and try to tell these people we ain't no good and watch what they do to you. What they do to him. They picked his ass apart. And he had to stand there and say, damn, if I didn't have money to go along with it, I'd fuck around and kill myself. And that's really what it be. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like he went up there and he seen that these people were not right. And he like, oh shit. Man, I've been promoting this whole time. Man, let me get on this, you know what I'm saying, train, and let me flip the script, and shit, they got world too goofy now. The world has never been as goofy as it is right now. Never. When I seen them playing with them people that had to go to war, I said, man, I don't know what the world coming to now. They playing about war. This ain't some shit we ever played about. They playing about a real live war, bro. Like, I'm like, bro, you know what happened that we lose? Oh, you ain't look that far into it, did you? Okay, you better quit laughing because this shit ain't gonna be funny in a minute.
Talking about playing about war. I mean, I don't like to get into this stuff, but even with the Donald Trump thing,
I was on my way to it. Don't trip. That's crazy to me.
You know what I mean? I ain't gonna lie. I be sitting back laughing at a lot of this stuff because I'm like, because it's goofy. But like you said, we in a goofy world right now.
Okay, so for the Trump situation, right? I'm not anti-Trump. I don't agree with everything he say or he does, but Trump is about money. In order to run this world, you're gonna have to be able to understand what sustaining real money comes from. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's what Trump is. Like, I'm just a realist. The man know money. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if he got some shady stuff going on behind closed doors, and I'm not wearing a Make America Great Again hat. Yeah. What I'm saying is I'm a realist. The man know money. Bush knew money. Like he did. We went in a recession with Bush. Listen, I'm the last one to call dumb. You feel me? I'm going to do my due diligence. And I feel like a lot of people, like, I think I would shock the world. I'd probably be Republican. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not about the Democratic approach. Like, here, let's fix this, help that, replenish this, repair that. Hey, man, listen, we all get 24 hours. We all do. And I understand what poverty is, but when you talk to somebody that's coming from poverty, I'm still within it now. But the ultimate thing about myself is I know I don't want to be there. Yeah. Everybody don't have that thought. So I'm not going back to save people that feel like, oh, well, they coming to save us anyway. That's what our families, that's what this generational curse has been about, bro. Us waiting on these programs to come save us. Like, y'all ain't seen by this time they not coming to save us. The people who got rich or that's getting out of the hood, they really are doing what middle class and upper class people are doing now. Think about it. You got power and people that's looking up like, man, look, in order to change something, I got to get up, walk my dog, go to the gym. Now health is becoming a big thing. You see everybody in the gym now. Yeah. Man, look, if you don't catch on, you'll be lost. I'm one of the people that's like, look, I want to be as good as I want to be. You know what I'm saying? And other people have it in their mind like, I'm going to be as good as they told me to be. Which is what? A dog, family, picket fence? Nah, I need an island. I need something for real. I need something that I can really feel like, okay, life appreciates me. You know what I'm saying? So that's just me.
Let me ask you something back into your life, though, because this is something I wonder. Mm-hmm. The effects of being a crack baby.
I'm going to tell you all about it.
Talk to me.
I have a nervous condition. I sweat a lot. We are very intelligent, and we don't know how. Maybe it's something that was in the drug.
You've talked to other crack babies?
My sibling.
Oh, yes.
I think about how many entertainers are crack babies.
Yeah.
Like, just go look it up. Just like one day, just look up like your favorite artists and look at whatever artists are branched off. Somebody in there is gonna be a drug baby, bro. Like, and they be the most athletic, the most entertaining, the best like energy in the room. I don't know what it is, but when I say crack baby, bro, like my siblings, like they felt like in the hospital, like, yeah, this came from crack cocaine. Like for me, I never heard nothing that was like, oh yeah, this is just stuff that I've realized over time. Like your perspiration condition might be from that. You know what I'm saying? It might be you being nervous all the time. You know what I'm saying? Not nervous in the sense like
jittery, maybe.
Yeah, like jittery. Yeah. I always gotta touch something.
Yeah.
Like almost like I did crack or something. You feel me? Like I just gotta move. Like, and I know that's from the drug, bro. Like I don't care what nobody say. Cause I can, myself, I can sit here comfortably and just chill. But it's like the drug damn near, it just got me like, I gotta move, I gotta hold my arms a certain way, I gotta, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what it is.
You think that's tied into your moving around too? Like, you even do that within conversation. You jump and moving around like.
Mentally. Yeah. It's I tell people all the time, my brain is like the most unique thing on my body. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people They don't understand what I mean when I say that. When I'm in a room, I'm thinking of what I'm gonna say. This is why my conversations be so crazy. Cause I could be talking to you right now and thinking of what I'm gonna say 10 minutes from now.
That shit is computing. Like it's a bunch
already.
It's like the Matrix little thing, bunch of them little.
So I'm talking to you and it's an idea here.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about how I'm gonna smoke these oxtails when I leave here. I'm thinking about if I'm gonna go pick my daughter back. So my mind, it's a web of shit going on mentally, and then I'm talking to you at the same time. So, and I tell people, this is my favorite thing to tell people, like when people always do this. Ah, man, I had your macaroni and cheese. It's good, but I think I can get you. I tell people like this. Please don't judge me off of like this setting. This is mass production. If my objective is to come in here and to go against you, I'm going to dog you out. It ain't going to be nothing. Like, go get your mama, your grandma. They can't do nothing with me.
Yeah. So
that's where they understand it's passion, it's mere confidence. Like, I'm telling you, like, if I feed your mama, she going to tell you, like, don't take me in there with him. I'm telling you, like, it ain't going to be nothing. Like, and I did it before. I did it with several different families, and I get kisses on the forehead. Baby, you blessed. I can't do nothing with him.
Midas touch.
Yeah, what? When I say, so and this is what I'll be wanting to tell, like, the public, right? So, how do you expect for me to die? If somebody's grandmother is telling me, not me, I'm sorry, is telling their grandson or whoever, hey, I'm about to pass. I at least want a Chef Roy plate before I go.
That's crazy.
You know how gratifying that shit is, bro?
A grandma.
A grandmother. A great grandmother.
They the cooks. They the soul food.
You feel me?
Yeah,
so my whole slogan was go get your grandma.
Ooh.
That's my YouTube series.
Hard. I gotta subscribe.
Go get your grandma. Because it's one of those things where it's like, what? What'd you just say? That was my whole approach to that's my claim to fame. A lot of people want me to be professional. They want me to be a lot more time managed. They want me to be a lot more organized. But I'm going to tell you about grandma. Grandma wasn't playing no games in that kitchen, bro. Grandma was getting up at 6 a.m, starting them greens, the chitlins, the spaghetti, the ribs, chicken, sausages, and stuff that we was going to eat for that day, right? My G, I'm taking what grandma was doing all day, and I'm cutting that shit to 3 hours. And I'm telling you and your grandma, go get her. I'm going to show you. Imagine if this woman has been like, I've been cooking this shit all day, all these years, and he came in to cook this shit in 3 hours and he whooped me. I'm kicking ass. I'm telling, bro, kicking ass. It ain't going to be no, oh, we think, no, you lost. I'm telling you. And I know a lot of people like, man, how you going? Man, meet me at the bridge. That's it. I tell people all the time, if you feel any, and not listen, I say this, like I might have threw y'all for a loop, huh? That's a marketing approach. You think I'm really about to walk in somebody's crib? Like, I kick your grandma's ass in the kitchen. No, that's Chef Roy. This is Leroi. But you see how easily I threw you for a loop? And y'all probably over here like, man, that ain't cold blood. He really here. Bro, it just draws your attention to me. And what's fortunate for me is I cook good enough for you to at least give it the thought. Mm-hmm. I didn't have motherfuckers call. Hey, mama. I don't know. I'm just gonna bring you a plate. I'm gonna bring you a plate. Don't even worry about it. I'm gonna bring you a plate. I can't explain it to you on the phone. I'm gonna bring you a plate. That's when I knew I had a gift, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's why I move the way I move, and I have one of the most genuine people you ever meet, bro. Like I don't sit in my house and talk bad about people. Not even to my business partner, or my friends and family to come over. I don't ridicule anybody's business. I want y'all to. This is something that for anybody that see this episode, I want for people to know, like. Do me a favor and go to Chef Roy or Leroi Pouncil. Go to Facebook, Leroi Pouncil, or go to Chef Roy on Instagram. And just scroll through and see if you've ever seen me laugh or drag or dog another business. I've never done that. That's never been my game. If I tell you I can cook better than somebody, then by all means, hell, I better be confident in my product, because if I ain't confident in it, who gonna be confident in it? Who gonna believe my product is the best if I don't?
That's not the shit on theirs, though. Just believe in yours more.
That-
That's
and-
not shitting on.
But I'm glad you said that, because what happened there is they can't amount to what you are, so they consider it hate automatically. They consider it, they gonna hate automatically. They like, oh, well, he hating. How would I? I'm passionate, y'all. I'm confident. I'm not cocky. It's big differences. Confident is the knowing. Cocky is when you just talking. You just talking. You don't even know what's gonna happen. Confidence is when I'm telling you, like, when we go in here, I'm gonna make you probably the best pot of greens you ever had. That's confidence. Yeah. Cause I know it's gonna be, if not the best, one of the best.
It don't make you not good just because somebody better you. Evander Holyfield beat Mike Tyson.
That don't mean
We
Tyson
still
wasn't good.
think Mike Tyson
is better. We still think he better.
And we still
You know
think
what
he
I mean?
gonna get his
Yeah.
whip in, you know? So I get that. Hey, this ain't got nothing to do with nothing, but I just wondered it. You know what I'm saying? How'd y'all get to the point where y'all started connecting the hoods? 5H dudes and stuff, because there was a time where these certain hoods didn't
They wasn't fooling around.
Yeah.
5H Deuce came from 51st Street and 12th Street.
Yeah.
The originators of the group really was Ron and Lace Todd. Mm-hmm. Ron's from 51st Street, Lace Todd is from 12th Street. So those two being like, Lace Todd was a rapper, and it was a group at first. That's what people don't know. 5H Deuce was like their rap group, pretty much. And they were just saying like how 5H Deuce, the one in the middle, joins us. You know what I'm saying? It pretty much makes us, it was like a saying that we had behind it, right? So a lot of us, me, myself, I told you earlier, I was born, raised 5117 Woodland. Mm-hmm. I was raised in Hilltop, 21st, 5817 East 21st Street was Hilltop.
So you had two 5817.
No, 5117 was the 50s.
Oh, 50, okay.
And 5817 was Hilltop. And then I lived in Wine Minor. We grew up in Wine Minor before we moved to Hilltop.
Yeah.
And that's where shit was real. Yeah. I ain't gonna lie. So it was like, I was too young to know, but I still get the stories now. Like, somebody threw a rat on me when I was a kid, a dead rat. And my brother got up and fought it. Yeah, it was tough, bro. So that's how they played. It was just rough. It was the projects. That was really like the projects. So, but the combining of the hoods was when we looked up and seen what Ron and Lace Todd did. Shout out to Ron, my dog. But when we looked up and seen what they did, it was like, okay, this is how we gonna form our gang. So they wasn't initiating us like, look, y'all gonna run this gang or whatever. We just felt like shit, it was cool when y'all did it, so we all cool. Cause our generation came up like, all right, the 50s was cool with the East. Like I told you, I lived in Hilltop and I went over to my grandma's house every weekend. Every summer I'm over my grandma's house, the 50s. And then, like I said, we kicked it down there on Wine Minor, Parker Square. If you was in that little realm of people, we all went to the same areas. You know what I'm saying? Like we got on the Prospect bus or the Truce bus, went straight down. You know what I mean? So the joint was being in school and your partner from, shit, I'm from 51st and you like, I'm over here going to D. La Salle. Where you from? Hilltop. Okay. 5H Deuce East Side too. We gonna include y'all in it just because you my partner. You know what I mean? So, and then you gotta think like the 30s, a lot of people don't know, like the 30s and like 27 and shit like that. Them houses is big as shit, bro. Them houses is like 5-6 bedroom houses, bro. So imagine how many people, imagine if you ain't never heard nobody tell a story like, man, we grew up in a 1-bedroom house with 13 people. Imagine how many people was probably in that 5-6 bedroom house. It was 2-3 families in there, you know what I'm saying? So you got people coming out, maybe you probably see 5-6, maybe 10 houses on the block, but it's probably ain't hundreds of people over there, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like my own synopsis was, hey, maybe they felt like we needed to gang up so we can be able to have as many people as they had, because the 30s got a lot of people, bro. Like, just automatically. So when you grab the projects, 2 projects, and then you put the 50s in there, we was like, remember when the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers turned, when they morphined? That's what it was. So like, I'm telling you, like, we walked in any club, what? We would tear this whole club up. And the security can't stop us.
But he ain't glorifying that now.
Not at all. And that's the thing. And like I told him already,
This is just a story.
I even talked to a lot of people higher up to like disaffiliate me. Because that's not what I'm promoting at all. You know what I'm saying? I'm a successful entrepreneur. Potentially successful entrepreneur. So I don't want nobody to feel like and that's why I said in the interview, like, hey, I like sunny skies, rainbows, butterfly. I ain't about, man, I ain't had a fight in 10 years.
Let me correct you on that potentially successful, because you are successful, because you successfully got out of what you were born in and moved to, better places.
But, and you know what's crazy about us? Like, I think we as Black people, we walk too lightly. And I'm big on, man, claim that shit.
Claim that shit.
I'm really being modest for this interview, because anybody that know me personally know, like, bro, where he think he going, I'm gonna tell you I'm going. It ain't no ifs, ands, or buts. We going. It's gonna be a journey that we gonna have to walk on, but we going. Regardless of, I told my partner my business partner, and look where we stay. Look at my kids. We got a $5,000 dog in here laying on a Gucci bed. Life is doing something. You know what I'm saying? So maybe we not where we want to be, but we doing damn good, bro. Yeah. I don't know what it feel like to be hungry. I don't know what if I ain't looked at a price on gas, clothes, and so long. If I wanted, I'm getting it and I'm gone. You're blessed. We work for us. Ain't nobody signing our checks. It's just us. So I'm really big on that. Yeah, I definitely appreciate it, man. I don't never want nobody to think I'm glorifying, because I survived. That was one of the biggest gang wars Kansas City ever seen. And me and a few of my friends who survived, and we lost some people along the way, God bless their soul. To survive is everything. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people know with me, like, Roy was really one of the people that was like, right before the shooting was front line. So you will see a lot of gangsters coming to my events. Like, from time to time, they'll step in and be like, I'm proud of you. And they ain't know nothing of anything of gangster activity. They just like, man, I'm one of your biggest fans. This might be somebody that I know, a gremlin, bro. Like, and they come to all my events, like, and I ain't never on nothing when I'm up here, because I'm so excited to see you win. I got people that when I turn up on the ground, they call me, hey, take that down. Nah, you know what you mean to us. Take that down, bro. You mean so much. That's why I love my friends. Like, I can't tell you my friends is foul. Like, nah.
Yeah.
And any of my friends that tell me while we talking, I got a friend that tell me straight up, my partner Reese I was telling me about, he'll tell me straight up, like, I might say something straight, he'd be like, but they ain't even got nothing to do with you, because you not in the streets.
Yeah.
So don't even speak on it. And as much as I want to say, oh, you talking to you. You have nothing to do with the streets. You ain't got your
for reason.
Exactly.
We gonna cut the street shit right here.
Yeah.
And we're gonna talk about that funny story you had with God. You praying and stuff.
Okay.
Then we leave us marked out in prayer. So.
Okay. So when people see like 1111 and like 444, you know how they be like, make a wish. So like
1111, make a wish.
Yeah.
Make a wish.
Yeah. So, but they say 4442. I don't know. It's
I never heard neither one of them.
Yeah, so it's all superstition. Okay. So for me, you supposed to wish for something quick and be done with it, right? Man, I'll be like, God, I just want you to bless me with some discipline, some organization, bro. I really be getting. I came out of the wish one time. I was like, hold on, I think this is a prayer. I said, hold on, this is a prayer. I said amen after a wish one time. I said, hold on. This ain't what I meant, man. Hold on. I had to leave the conversation and re-enter and talk to God. Like, my bad, God. Let me come over here and holler at you. I tapped in with you because I seen the clock on the oven, man. I'm tripping. Yeah, but that was like some of the that's something I do that's funny that's also religious or spiritual. I do it because deep down in my heart, only I know. You know what I mean? So it's not something I do for the public. And I pray often. You know what I'm saying? A lot. Like before events, after getting booked for a big event, any event. before service. Service for us is 5 o'clock every day. I pray. Lord, I just bless that you bless us with a organized service, a successful service, bless us to be professional. Just little stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? That I'm not the greatest, but I want to be. You know what I mean? So, no, I don't have the cockiness of, yeah, I'm the best ever. I have the ambition to want to be. You know what I'm saying? So that's just me in a nutshell. And when it comes to anything, like as far as like entrepreneurs, for the ones that's out there, like, hey, I remember this is something I do want to tell you about before I leave. This is tough, actually. It's crazy that I kind of got lost in what I was saying. Didn't tell y'all. I was homeless last year.
Okay.
And I was homeless living in penthouses, but it was homelessness.
You said homeless living in penthouses?
For sure.
Explain.
So I stayed in a luxury apartment on Broadway. And I had a lot of my friends come by. Hint, hint, Chiefs players, my partners.
Okay.
And they came in like 50 deep. And the bill was high. And they kicked me right out that motherfucker after that. I'm talking about soon, like the next 3 days, bro, they gave me a vacation to Tennessee. So I'm like, oh, I got kicked out for that? They're like, for sure. We need you to be gone within this 10 days. I didn't even get a 30, bro. Like, and I was like, damn, for real. All right, cool. In the midst of that time, from then until like 2 months ago, I was going through it, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I don't know, oh man, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna be on the streets, but it was not that, but it was that, bro. Like, we had to leave. When I say penthouse, it's like, okay, we'll book a penthouse, which is some crazy shit, like $1,200 for like 4 days. But I'm just like, shit, my mind, I'm like, all right, if life's gonna bring me down to the bottom, at least I'm gonna enjoy it down here. So that's how I was looking. Like, I wasn't really about like, oh, I'm finna rebuild my credit, I'm finna do that. Man, listen, that's gonna take time. I need a place to stay right now. And the thing is, I got 5 kids. Well, you want me to go run up in the 1 bedroom? Oh, because this is what, no, I can afford more than this, sorry. If what I got in my hand is what I can afford. That's how I look at life. And I know you got credit systems and all that, but I just wasn't there. And I was like, look, this is all I got to be able to make this shake. I got to run the business from here, keep my kids. I got to raise my kids out of Airbnbs too, right? So here I am. I'm renting like the fattest shit around Kansas City, bro. But it's paying off. So if I'm booking it, if the booking is like $5,000, I probably made like $10,000 out the crib. Easily. So I'm not looking at it like it's a problem. It was a big problem, bro. I wasn't putting no money back. So it was like, well, now you doing all this, and you look up and you like, all right, this penthouse is booked, that luxury apartment booked, this spot is booked, that spot is booked. Only thing they got is these rinky-dink spots because of, it might be a Royals game or something, or a Chiefs game. Oh, and by the way, when you got to leave there, the next booking, you can't go in there until 3 p.m. My nigga, it's 10 a.m. What you about to do with them clothes? What you about to do with them pots and pans? Mm-hmm. What you about to do with your kid? What you about to do with your dog, bro? Like, I'm about to take it. I'm about to put it up under these steps. So I'm about to take my shit. That's real deal homelessness, my boy. Yeah. That's homelessness. And I think getting up on the internet every day, for me, I tell people all the time, don't pray for me. I mean, I don't feel sorry for me. Pray for me, bro. I'm good. God gave me a gift where I'm going to be straight forever. I promise you. Regardless of how he bring me down, he could bring me down to the lowest point and I'm going to still know, God, I know you got me because you taught me how to do this. I didn't go to school. My grandma, they say, here, come here, let me show you this on the stove, or my mom, or no. It just came to me one day. And it was like, God was like, here, you've been asking me for a while, I'm going to tell you what it is. And that was a promise that I made to him, like 2016. I'll never forget. I got on my knees and was like, God, if you tell me what I'm supposed to do, I'm going to stick to it. And I'm never, ever, ever going to deviate from it. And it's going to be my mission.
Yes, sir.
Right? Ever since then, it's been this. I ain't never been able to work a job longer than 2 years, bro. I've been doing this for 5 years. I ain't never made over $20,000 a year with a job. I made my first 100 when I was in business for myself the first year in 2020. So that's where I'm at with life. Like, you gotta keep pushing. You feel me? Like, you can't let cause somebody tell you, and the internet took me and drug me through the mud. And I took a picture and I was like, man, look, it's all right. Just stay true to yourself. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be true to me regardless. So with finishing out, I just wanted to say this. At my lowest point, I knew that God had me. You feel me? Like, I knew when I was going over my cousin's crib because we couldn't find no Airbnb, when I had to sleep on the couch, I would know, like, God gonna put me in something nice, watch. Because I really am a genuine person. And I don't have skeletons, bro. I'm a person. Ain't no skeletons in my closet. You open my shit, you like, man, it's boring in here. I didn't put it all on the streets already. Ain't nothing in here. And I did that because I always feared that. I feared somebody finding something out about me that I didn't want the world to know. You know what I mean? So I'm pure. Even going through that feeling of homelessness, bro, I still knew. I was telling them, like, just pray for me. God got me. Just tell God that my prayer might not have got to him quick enough. Send another one up there. I'm one of his favorite kids. If you knew me personally, you would know, like, man, my partner B was like, I don't know how, like, Leroi, like, put together stuff, but he'll have a crazy idea that won't make no sense, and by the end of the day, he'll make it work. And he'll be telling me, like, I know it don't make no sense. It makes no sense at all. By the end of the day, I had a buffet with Wagyu steak for my going away birthday party.
Man, I ain't never heard of that until not too long ago. That stuff, ain't it like...
It's $100. It's $100 a pound, bro.
Yeah. I heard
I had a Wagyu buffet.
And ain't it another steak that's like a 24 karat steak or something like that?
A Wagyu, a tomahawk. But I even had Wagyu tomahawks. But yeah, that's pretty much it though. But that the homeless part was something that I really wanted people to know. You know what I'm saying? Because if you go to my life last summer, you could never tell. You could never tell. And I never was hiding nothing. Yeah. You seen the background change every time. People ask, I will let them know, like, I'm looking for a luxury apartment. You got somebody that got one, let me know. Man, I probably had like $2,000 to my name. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, average person, like, boy, you was doing cool. I was doing terrible. I got to run a business. I got 5 kids. I got a dog. All of those things cost money, big money. So I said, man, look here, I can't get off the internet because that's where I sell my food. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you want to dial back, but how? You got to keep the volume up because you got to keep selling this product because you got to keep living. Mm-hmm. So no matter what happened in life, got to keep working, bro.
That was marked out enough for me right there. I'm going to pray us out.
Yes.
You thought I was going to skip?
Nah, I knew I was going to remember. Heavenly Father, I pray that you send us all out the door today with as much positivity as possible. Bless us with your positive mindset so we can go out today and bless somebody else. Send me some organization because I'm going to need some, Heavenly Father. I just want to be able to build and manage and sustain the best business I can, as well as my fellow friends here. I pray that you give us your grace and send us out the door as safely as possible. In your precious name I pray.
Amen. When you was the goal is to leave a lasting imprint on their minds and their hearts. We pray you've been indelibly marked. Now,
yeah.
God is your friend. When you was praying, I threw up a prayer too.
Mm-hmm.
I said, ask him, can he hook us up with Travis Kelce?
Hey, man.